In this segment, we are going to discuss about the acellular organisms which are included in the biological classification, which mainly includes viruses, viroids, prions, etc. So in this segment, we will start our discussion with viruses. So what are viruses? We all know that viruses are the group of acellular organisms which act as obligate parasitic organisms. So the topic is viruses. So the viruses are obligate parasitic organisms. So they are obligate parasitic in nature. When we talk about obligate parasitic in nature, that means we are talking about obligate features, not facultative feature. Obligate means they are compulsorily parasitic in nature. And what are parasitic organisms? Those organisms which requires a living host for their growth as well as for reproduction, multiplication and all the other activities. Such organisms are called as parasitic organisms, and that includes viruses. Right? The term virus means it is nothing but a kind of poisonous fluid, and this term was first coined by Louis Pasteur. So they are acellular organisms, acellular organisms. The term viruses means poisonous liquid or poisonous fluid. So term viruses means, or virus means, poisonous fluids, and this term was first proposed by Louis Pasteur, who has given the pasteurization technique, a kind of sterilization technique in microbiology. So the term virus means poisonous fluids or fluid, and this term virus was first proposed by Louis Pasteur. And the first virus that was developed or that was discovered was a plant virus, that is TMV, tobacco mosaic virus, by Ivanovsky. So this topic includes a lot of names of the scientists which are important for NEET exams. So first virus to be discovered, or it was discovered, was a plant virus, and the name of the virus is, I am writing it as in the short form, that is TMV, that is tobacco mosaic virus. Okay, so first virus which was discovered was a plant virus, that is tobacco mosaic virus. MOSAIC-VIRUS, and this was discovered by Ivanovsky. So scientist name is, spelling is very important, IVANOWSKY. Now tobacco mosaic virus, as we know, it is a plant virus. In the tobacco plant, this virus is causing an infection, that is the tobacco mosaic virus. This virus is basically acting as a single-stranded RNA containing virus. Now what is this RNA? RNA is ribonucleic acid, which is acting as a genetic material. Later on we will see the structure of the virus, which comprises of the nucleoprotein units. So this tobacco mosaic virus, TMV, is basically RNA containing virus, and it is basically single-stranded RNA. So in short, it is written as ssRNA, or you can write it as like this, ssRNA, right? Single-stranded RNA, that is ribonucleic acids. Now when we are talking about that they are acellular organisms, that means they do not have any covering of the plasma membrane. Only protein coat, which is called as a capsid, is present. So second, or the important features are, they do not have, that means the viruses do not have any sort of covering, that is plasma membrane like structures are absent, but if they do not have any sort of plasma membrane on any external covering, but they have an external covering of protein rich layer. So they do not have any covering of plasma membrane, but protein coat is present. This protein coat is called as capsid, and the small units which are there within the capsids are called as capsomers. This protein layer is very important in the structure of a virus. Why? Because in this protein coat, the nucleic acid, which is acting as a genetic material, and the important molecule of virus, which is going to cause an infection, that is present, right? So in the capsid, that is a protein coat. In protein coat, nucleic acids, that means either DNA or RNA is present. Majority of the viruses contains RNA, that is RNA as a genetic material, but few exceptions are there, like say for example tobacco mosaic virus, it contains RNA as a genetic material. This is not tobacco mosaic virus contains RNA as a genetic material, but some viruses do contain DNA also as their genetic material. Now, for the very first time, M.W. Beijerinck in 1898, he has demonstrated M.W. Beijerinck in 1898, he has demonstrated that when the plant, that means basically from the leaves of the tobacco mosaic virus plant, that is this virus who has infected the tobacco plant, if we extract the fluid from the plant, basically from the leaves only we can extract the fluid very easily, or stem. So M.W. Beijerinck in 1898, what he has demonstrated that when fluid of infected plant is isolated, that it may cause infection to another fresh tobacco species. So when fluid of infected plant is injected, or it is isolated from one plant, that is infected plant, and when we inject, then it causes infection in healthy plants. And later on, he has given a name to the fluid that is called as Contagium vivum fluidum. So later on, this fluid was named as Contagium vivum fluidum. So up till now we have discussed the two important scientists. The first one, that is actually three, that is Louis Pasteur, given the term virus for the very first time. Tobacco mosaic virus, the first plant virus, was discovered by Ivanovsky. 1898, M.W. Beijerinck demonstrated the fluid production, and the fluid was named as Contagium vivum fluidum, that is infectious living fluid. That is infectious living fluid. Then let us talk about the basic structure of the virus, that what is the basic structure, like nucleoprotein is present and other structures. So basically a typical virus contains, viruses are basically nucleoprotein in its structure. Now what is the meaning of this nucleoprotein? Nucleoprotein, it is a combination of two words, that is nucleo as well as protein. The term nucleo means nucleic acid. So that is what we have discussed, DNA or RNA. The protein is what we call it as a protein coat. Within this protein coat is called as a capsid, and the small unit, each unit of this capsid is termed as capsomer. We will draw the diagram at the end and then we will label the protein coat, the genetic material, nucleoprotein, capsids as well as capsomers, right? So protein coat is what we call it as capsid, and these capsids has capsomers which are acting as the small units. Now, talking about the classification of viruses, then we can classify virus into three broad categories, that plant virus, animal virus or bacterial viruses, right? Three classification, that is plant based viruses, animal based viruses and bacterial based viruses, right? Plant based means those viruses which are affecting the plant body. Animal viruses will affect the animal body, and bacterial based virus are those viruses, for example bacteriophages, infect bacteria. But this is a kind of positive response of the virus, because viruses we are using for the first time, that means we are allowing the bacteria to get infected by the viruses, and later on it is used in recombinant DNA technology in order to transfer genetic material from one bacterial cell to another bacterial cell. Now, these plant viruses are called as phytophaginae. Animal viruses are called as zoophaginae. Phyto is for plant, zoo is for animal. So, plant viruses are called as phyto, that is PHYTO, phaginae, PHAGINEAE, phytophaginae. Phyto is for plant, phaginae is related to virus. Animal based viruses means zoophaginae. So ZOOPHAGINEAE, and bacterial based viruses are called as simply phaginae because they are bacteriophages. So they are called as phaginae. Right? So three: plant, animal as well as bacterial based plasmids. Now let us discuss the examples. The example for the plant virus, that is TMV, tobacco mosaic virus. Now why I am writing all these things on the board? Because examples are very important in this topic. Actually this is a very small topic, no need to explain also, but for example point of view, an example are very important for competitive exams. So that's why I am writing. So plant based, so plant viruses, the two examples, that is tobacco mosaic virus and potato mosaic virus. So TMV and PMV, that is the tobacco mosaic virus as well as potato mosaic virus, are the best example of plant virus. Now the second is animal based virus. Animal based virus, you can include a lot of virus, like for example rhinovirus, poliovirus, smallpox, influenza, H1N1, COVID-19. Every example is a part of animal based virus. So animal viruses, a lot of categories are involved in the animal based viruses. That includes influenza, that is the flu virus, normal flu virus similar to H1N1, that is the swine flu influenza virus. Then we have polio virus, then rhinovirus are the best examples of animal based viruses. Rhinovirus, the notorious virus of biological kingdom. Why we call it as a notorious virus of biological kingdom? Because it changes its structure in every season, right? And one more thing, normally when we have any sort of viral infection, so what are the most common symptoms? Cough, sneezing, fever, weakness as well as body aches. Body ache means the pain in the body, right? So rhinovirus changes its structure in every season. So we do not have any specific vaccine against rhinoviruses also, right? And no antibiotics also. Actually not antibiotics, antiviral. Whatever medicines, the drugs we are taking, medicines, they are basically antibiotics which work against bacteria. At present we don't have any antiviral compounds. So no antiviral compounds available. And because of this rhinovirus, that is a notorious virus, it is a group of virus which causes the normal cough, sneezing, fever, flu-like symptoms. So this is all about animal-based virus. And the third one is the bacterial-based virus, and the example includes bacteriophage, lambda bacteriophage, T2 bacteriophage. All of these are examples, right? So the third one is bacterial based virus. So bacterial based virus includes bacteriophages. What are bacterial based virus? The viruses which infect bacteria. So example includes bacteriophage and coliphage. Right? Coliphage means it is a virus, it is a bacteriophage only, but it is isolated from E. coli bacteria. Coliphage is from E. coli, Escherichia genus, coli species, right? So because this phage, that virus, bacterial virus is from E. coli bacteria, we call it as coliphage. And what is the role of these bacteriophage based viruses? They are involved in the recombinant DNA technology to transfer DNA from one bacterial cell to another bacterial cell. Now talking about the again structure of bacterial based virus. In bacterial based virus only we can clearly depict this protein coat, capsids as well as capsomes. So let us draw the structure of one phage. So bacteriophage, I am drawing the structure of bacteriophage, and later on I will label all these things in that structure only. So a typical bacteriophage comprises of a polygonal head structure. So this is a polygonal head structure, and this is a long tail that a virus, that is a bacteriophage, contains. So let us label, this is the tail part of the virus, that is the bacteriophage. This is tail, this is the head, right? Now within the head region there is a protein coat which is called as capsid. This is what we have discussed. They do not have any covering, but protein coat is present, and the protein coat is called as capsid. So this region, this entire covering, that is the external covering, is what we call it as capsid, and each portion of capsid is called as capsomere, that is a unit. And within this capsid, the genetic material of the virus is placed. This genetic material may be DNA, may be RNA, single stranded or double stranded. We will see examples also, no need to worry. So this is the genetic material, and I am writing it as RNA or DNA, right? Now this is a long tail of the virus. Now within this structure, and this is the collar, like this collar we have, similarly viruses also have their own collar, and from the tail region this spike like structures are coming out, right? These spikes like structures are responsible for the transfer of genetic material, and between these tail, that is the collar and the tail, the bacteriophage consists of spring. So this is the region which we label it as spring. Now why springs are required in bacteriophage structure? Because say for example, if this is one bacteria and E. coli will come and sit on this bacteria, This is E. coli bacteria, E. coli phage. That is the polyphage or bacteriophage will come. It will sit on the surface of this bacteria. So let us draw the tail up to this region. Then using this spring opens, closes. So it creates a kind of extension phenomena, so that this genetic material from the head region is transferred to the tail region, and through the tail it will reach to the cytoplasm of bacterial cells. So this is all about the structure of bacteriophages. Now we have phages related to alga as well as fungi also, that is the fungal as well as algal phages. They are called as phycophages as well as mycophages. So let us write it here only. Algal phages, that means if the algae is acting as a host, the phage name is the virus name. It is nothing but the phage based virus only. They are called as phycophages. Phycophages. If fungi is acting as an host, they are called as mycophages. And I have already told you the word myco is used for fungi and phyco is used for algal species. Now the examples of viruses, that is including the DNA or RNA as a genetic material. If the virus contain dsDNA, what is the meaning of dsDNA? D, double stranded deoxyribonucleic acid. That means the DNA is double stranded. The example of the virus which has double stranded DNA as a genetic material is hepatitis B virus. Hepatitis B virus, very dangerous virus. Right? They are called as hepatitis B virus. Then if it is single stranded DNA, earlier it was dsDNA, now it is ssDNA, single stranded DNA, then it is the notorious, the influenza one. So it is influenza virus. Right? The recent virus, that is the coronavirus, is also single stranded RNA containing virus. It is not DNA, it is RNA containing virus. So these two are DNA containing virus. Now same we can discuss for viruses which contain RNA as a genetic material. So double stranded RNA, and here we can write single stranded RNA. Right? So the example of double stranded RNA includes the mycophages as well as wound tumor virus. Wound tumor virus, that means it is the virus which is acting on the wounds, the injury, and they causes the tumor. And single stranded RNA virus includes polio virus, the HIV virus, as well as tobacco mosaic virus.